The reports in DYB are a powerful set of tools that let you examine your program's outcomes and investigate your data. This video will give you the basics of how to get what you want out of reports and how to use them with your own program's data. In the last video, we just learned all about tags as a way to organize your students. A good understanding of tags is key to getting the most out of reports, so be sure to watch that tags video if you need to. Let's dive into reports. Choose Reports from the left side menu. This brings us to the Reports landing page, which highlights how your program's performing in some of the affiliated network measures, and with other report links below, such as demographics, activities, or AmeriCorps hours if you're an AmeriCorps site. Now don't freak out if the dials and percentages are not what you expected. By default, the reports are pulling data from the cohort year tag, which may be currently in progress, depending when you're watching this. The cohort 2015-16 tag, for example, means we're talking about students who have exited your YouthBuild program from October 1st, 2015 through September 30th, 2016. Now that may or may not be the same way your program defines cohorts, and that's okay. The cohort year tag is used by YouthBuild USA for the purposes of evaluating program outcomes across the network. The good news is that you can run reports on any tag you like, and we're going to change that tag out right now. To do this, click on See All Affiliated Network Measures, which will display all 10 of the AFNet standards. So let's say we want to see how our last cohort of students performed. We're going to change the tag to 2014-15 cohort year instead. Click the X next to the tag we want to remove. And now we've got no tag filter, which means DYB is running the reports down below on all our students ever in DYB, which is fun to look at sometimes, but not what we're going for now. So click Filter Report by Tags to open up the tag picker. Type 2014 into the search box for a shortcut to get to the tag we want. Down here in the middle, you'll see Annual Cohort, and underneath, 2014-15 cohort year. Click Add, and now the tag is added as a filter for all the performance measures you see below. Let's click Close Tag Picker on the left to open up some more screen real estate. You might need to wait a second or two as all the dials move and refresh. So now we're looking at your program's outcomes for students who have exited your program from October 1st, 2014 to September 30th, 2015. And here's a little tidbit. This key shows how your program's performance compares to the AFNet standard, as well as to the field as a whole. The red tick mark on each dial is the AFNet standard. For example, a 75% literacy numeracy gain rate. The black triangle shows the average of how all AFNet programs perform during that same time period. If you'd like to know more about your program's performance, you can click View Details underneath each dial to drill into the report and see what students are included and their corresponding outcomes. Let's click View Details under Literacy and Numeracy. Now we're looking at the literacy and numeracy gains of students who are part of the 2014-15 cohort. See, the cohort 2014-15 tag is still in force up here. All reports follow pretty much the same format. In the right corner is a black question mark you can roll over to see how the measure is calculated. These are the first two things I do each time I'm on a new report. 1, check the tag it's running on, and 2, hover over the question mark for a refresher on what's being measured. Moving your mouse over different parts of the report below reveals more information. Here, for example, I can hover over this green check mark and see exactly the gain this student made. The students listed on the left are all clickable. If something seems incorrect or incomplete, you could click on that student's name and go to their exact page where this data is recorded and make any updates. Then click back on your browser to get back to the report. And yes, you can click back in DYB. It's designed to hold on to the information. Another student here shows 3 dots, or an ellipsis. So this means data is incomplete for this student and the gain can't be measured just yet. Perhaps the student is missing a post-test. Click on the student to find out what information is missing and enter it if you have it. Let's do another reports example. This time we'll do the demographics report. Choose Reports from the left side menu, and then below where more reports are listed, choose Demographics. For this video, I want to see the demographic breakdown of our new class of students, the January 2016 Mental Toughness class tag we made in the tags video. To do that, we click the X on the default tag because that's not what we want, and then we click Filter Report by Tags to open up the tag picker, choose the My Tags folder, navigate to our new tag, and then close the tag picker. Down below, we see all the profile questions that are asked of students broken down for just this group. Again, hovering your mouse over different parts of the report reveals more information. Here, if you hover over the circles, you can see the percentage of students or the total numbers represented. To drill down further and see what students are included, you could click on a category heading. You can also add another tag to filter the group further if you like. I wanted to point out something that might come in handy, the clever export function in DYB. If we go back to the reports page, you'll find it hiding near the bottom under Export Student Data. Here you have the ability to export DYB data to a pre-formatted Excel spreadsheet in a number of different categories. The exports run on tags that you specify here at the top. So, for example, we could do an export of just the education data for that January mental toughness class. The AFNet reports in DYB are really nice and easy to use, but sometimes you just need an Excel spreadsheet. Lastly, here's another fancy DYB tip. Share the URL. Anything in DYB has a static URL. That's the web address that begins with HTTP. Want your coworker to see the exact report you're looking at, with the same tag even? Copy the URL and paste it in an email. What about a particular student's placement info? Copy the URL on that page and send it off. If they're a DYB user, they'll get to see it too. We just covered a lot of information, but I hope you have the confidence to get into DYB and play around with your own data using reports and see how to make them work for you. To learn more about reports in DYB, be sure to visit the online knowledge base for more tips. Get there by clicking the !help link found at the bottom of any page in DYB, or just drop us a line at DYB support. We're happy to walk you through anything.